the number 11 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide-open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
Here's the handoff. Nice move to keep moving. Went to the running game on 3rd down and picked up 5, but still a couple of yards short. It's 4th and 2. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The inside handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw, it's back. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. Leaves it with the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with it.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quick strike complete. Got some room headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. Touchdown, Georgia! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
14, Ohio State, 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Howard. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Makes the grab. It's Judkins. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll try to pop the draw. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Judkins. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. 1st down here for the offense. Looking for space. It's Etienne.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Caught behind the line. It's dealt. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
They'll go with a direct snap. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job on defense there against the power play, plugging up the middle of the field, forcing the ball carrier to try to get to the outside, but they use their speed and tackle them for a loss.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he breaks into the open. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Throws to the tight end. And wings it incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Back to throw, it's Howard. He's right on target. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. That was a nice pickup running the drag route and finally finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. He's looking to throw. Showing the arm strength to the left. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. Tennessee has just had no answers today. Both sides of the ball look like all the smoggy smoke on Rocky Top has been in their eyes since kickoff. They're trailing by 14 to Miami. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Pulls it in. It's Smith. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback.
He lofts one down the sideline. And he's got it inside the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Running back searching for a hole. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's back. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Bulldogs! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going up top on first down. Going for the big play. Makes the grab down the left side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Unleashes one deep. And the pass hits, picked off. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I beg to differ.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a crease. It's Etienne. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Bulldogs are threatening on first and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game.
Touchdown, Georgia! And the beatdown has ensued.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1, lost week 1. They could have gotten down on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Pocket, he uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Man, that takes some serious onions. Backed up inside your own 10, and you're going for it on fourth down. No dice. Offense now set up in easy position to get a score.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Dogs! And the punishment has been extended. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such a great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
42, Ohio State, 7.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Looking for space, it's Judkins. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Looking for a man. It's Howard. Fires to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the right. He's got it. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
It's now 2nd and goal.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Give him 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Lining up to add another. Bangs it through for an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away.
14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter.
With the score, Georgia 42, Ohio State 14.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Coming after it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Georgia sends out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have you push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that 1st down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing.
He's going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Using his legs to buy some time. He's got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
They've yet to convert on 4th down, though not for lack of trying. 0 for 3 so far. Let's see if they can get it done this time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
This is exactly how you draw it up. This is a situation where you can have all the easy stuff. We're not giving up the big play. The defense understands the situation, forces the incompletion, and now has a chance to just take that beautiful victory formation, run the clock, and get the W.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed.